Moat 9 hold thing. I don't know if you paid attention at the end of the episode.
It's because I hardly watch the videos.
Nice.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. With that being said, welcome, everybody, to episode 31. You might notice a little something different. We'll give you like 5 seconds to figure out. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to give you shit. In person, instead of Zoom. And I know I keep saying it, but maybe I should just shut up and not jinx.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah. What if I knock on wood? Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully it is Sunday. Hopefully within the next 2 days I should close on our house, which then means we should be able to set up the studio. It's still going to be a work in progress because we're still going to have to piece it together, and we're not exactly rich because somebody doesn't want to. Should we start a Patreon?
I don't know.
We'll see. Anyway.
Pay us.
Pay us.
No, just pay for us.
Give us your money.
Don't just pay us. Just pay for us.
Yes.
How's that?
Yeah. Dude, just cover the production costs and the rest will...
Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy. So I was just going over the show notes right now, and it occurred to me that since both of us didn't do our complete homework, we technically only have the Autumn Project to talk about. Because I didn't watch Euphoria, so we can't really talk about that. I mean, we could, but not really. Power of the Dog I didn't finish, and you didn't watch Kingsman. So we could do our version where we kind of review something that both of us haven't watched, or we can just wait. Because we didn't do a whole lot of Instagram news stuff either. This week. There's some stuff out there that we could talk about, but we'll see we'll piece it together. Okay. I'll piece it together and edit it a certain way. That's so weird. Oh, okay, somebody is there. I thought somebody was there, but at the same time ghost. Not. That was weird. So let's start off with the stuff we did do, and then that way we can piece it together with other stuff. Autumn Project. Flat out the gate. Very little ranting because I tend to rant regardless. I'm going to say, first impression, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
First impression. Okay. I haven't seen it. I have my complaints, which we'll get into. I need to watch it again because after the second, third, fourth watch is when you really get a feel for it. Like, nope, this is definitely a great movie. Endgame, I've seen like 10 billion times and I still love it. But as of right now, I'm going to give it a solid 9. And I'm inching towards... High. Maybe even a 9.5. I really,
oh my gosh,
really enjoyed this fucking movie. Even with the complaints that I have, I had a ridiculous amount of fun with this fucking movie.
Damn, a 9.
Yes,
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay,
only to be a contrarian, you know.
That's
but
right.
No, it's a really I really like this movie.
Yes,
I did. So you know, I mean, I could do it. It will do a 9. I mean, especially because you get the Hulk, you get Deadpool, and you get Gamora.
And
it's not even a Marvel movie.
Right?
No, but it is a good movie. Yes. I mean, and when I told you it hit you in the feels.
Yes. Yeah, and you were right. It did it multiple times.
Exactly. And you're like, good. And you're like, ooh.
Yeah. And especially because any father-son dynamic is always going to get me. For those that don't know, I lost my dad a while back. Shit, almost close to 20 years now, but I was 27. Wow. So... I didn't get a lot of time with my dad, so any dad-son dynamic, I'm just like, dude. But even not only that, I think Ryan Reynolds, even though I was shitting on him a little bit, I love Ryan Reynolds. Don't get me wrong, but I am a little Ryan Reynolds out. But this one, luckily, does not rely so much on him as the main focus. So I think that dilutes it a little bit and makes it bearable. Yeah. The other thing is that I think he's highly underrated as a dramatic actor. Because when he shows emotion, dude, even in Deadpool, when he's showing that emotion that he knows he's going to die and he has to say goodbye to the girlfriend. Yeah. Dude, I felt that shit. Like, he's good at that, and he does that in this one. Where he's saying goodbye, and he's like, I don't want to fucking leave. I felt that shit. Yeah. Like, their dynamic also really worked well. She plays off the sarcasm really well. Zoe Saldana.
The kid. Holy crap. This is his breakout role. This is the first thing he's ever been in.
This is the next fucking Ryan Reynolds if he continues on this track. The kid he's smart, he's witty, I can tell, even though it's kind of a bad thing, but I can tell he's a kid.
Yeah.
He practiced Ryan Reynolds' mannerisms.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they did on purpose, but dude, this kid is fucking phenomenal.
But even being that age and being able to do that and
Yes.
have that extent, what is it called? Like
range?
that range.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's insane, which is great. You know what I mean? And good for him because he did a great job too.
He did a fantastic... Dude, seriously, if it wasn't for Ryan Reynolds, he would have stole the show. Like, I think it's pretty close that he did.
Yeah.
The banter back and forth.
Was perfect.
Dude, the writing... What I'm really excited for is that they're now, because of this movie, I think they've pretty much confirmed that Sean Levy, the director, is doing Deadpool 3.
Wow. Okay.
So that's going to be fun. Because him and Ryan Reynolds seem to work really well together. Dude, the jokes in this thing are just spot fucking on. Like, it just, every positive note, it just hit. Boom, boom, boom. The thing where they're walking up the stairs real quick or whatever, and he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm the one that's gonna have to be sitting talking to a therapist, talking about where the bad man touched me." He's like, "Oh my god, you're so dark, dude!" I laughed, man. I had to pause
Really
from how hard I was laughing at that joke. I'm a dark humor person, so that one just like, oh my god, that was fucking perfect.
And not to mention Jennifer Garner. I haven't seen her in a while to do this type of movie or more serious movie.
Yeah,
which is another MCU. Shout out Elektra.
Elektra, that's right.
Well,
not technically. She's not part of the. Well, I guess it's
Marvel.
It's Marvel, but it's not MCU technically yet. If they bring Daredevil,
what's the M on MCU?
Magnificent. Mamon. Yeah, but I'm not a big what. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. You don't want to make jokes right now. You got a cigar in your mouth. Like, you don't want to go there. I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Garner. I don't think she's ugly or anything, but I'm just not a big fan of Jennifer Garner. But yeah, she did pretty good. She did really good. She's not a bad actress. I can say that. It's just there's something about her that I'm just like, eh.
What'd you think about Mark Ruffalo and his Buffalo?
Dude, that's another thing that Cinna and I were talking about. I don't think he's a great actor. He's pretty much Mark Ruffalo in anything that he's in, but I like him. It's not a negative. Like, I'm not sick of him or anything. Like, he's funny in this one. Like, he played really well off of Ryan Reynolds as well.
How'd you like his Superman punch?
That shit was funny. Other than that, I can't find anything else really wrong with this movie. It's fucking fun. It's kiddie enough. They get a little dark, I guess, but
it does.
But it does. I could see myself watching it with Lou. She didn't want to watch it at first, but then all of a sudden she's into it. I'm like, I'm not starting it over. You should have sat down when I told you to. But other than that, dude, I there's nothing wrong with this movie. Like, it's shot fairly well. The directing is good. It wasn't too Ryan Reynolds-y. It just great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why an 8.5? Let's go there.
I think that's what kind of threw me off was that CGI of what's her name? I can't remember her name. But they put so much time and effort into doing all this stuff, and Catherine Keener, it's her. It's gonna be her former self or her younger self,
right?
And it just looks off. And I watched it at home. I don't watch it on my phone or a laptop or nothing. I watched it at home. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of threw me off because I was like, they put so much money into this, being this blockbuster movie because it did come out. It released in theaters too, right? It was in theaters.
I don't think so.
No.
If this is, I believe it. You keep talking it up, and I'll look.
So I just figured that if it was gonna be that big of a movie, that they were gonna, at least something like that. But it's very small and minute. But it kind of just threw me off. The whole storyline of her and not changing, the past, which is back to, talking about Back to the Future,
right?
But then of course
messing with the theory of like, is that really a thing? Does that really happen?
And it kind of throws you through a loop of what she did and why they did and what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then of course Endgame is the one that fucked up that whole process.
Yeah, what was it? Paul Rudd. That's like, so Hot Tub Time Machine was just a bunch of bullshit.
And what was it? What did he say? He's like back in time or time cop, and then he says,
Yeah, he's Die Hard.
Die Hard. He's like, oh no, sorry,
No, not that one. That shit was dude. Fucking Paul Rudd. That's another guy. Fucking, he needs to be in more movies.
I mean, that would be my nitpicking self. It was a great movie. I loved everything about that damn movie, and that's something I think. I'm putting in an 8.5 only to be an ass about it. But
okay,
I would still say it's a 9 because there's no. I have to have some type of like story. It has to. I'm so overwhelmed with MCU and having these historical timelines and these multiple movies. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I'm not going to give it a 9 because you don't have this. It's not this huge saga franchise or saga exactly. But that's probably the only reason I'm not going to give it. It's a great movie, But other than that.
Okay.
I don't think they'll go.
Damn. So you need more epicness now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I get you.
I mean, we're so freaking spoiled.
I get you because, again, if you're gonna be mini him but major me and super nitpick this movie, you're not gonna enjoy it as much because there are a lot of plot holes if you overthink shit. Because like the whole, she shot her younger self, so therefore she died. She disappeared because she's now not in existence. Technically, depending on what you believe about time travel, that's not what happens. According to Endgame, it just creates a different timeline. So shit like that. If you're gonna get super nitpicky but it's not that kind of movie. No. It's like trying to nitpick Back to the Future. Yeah. It's not supposed to be scientifically accurate. It's not really science fiction, kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
Go watch Interstellar or some shit. What's the movie that, according to scientists, is the most scientifically accurate? Yeah. According to NASA, they said that Gattaca was the most scientifically accurate science fiction movie they had ever seen. But this was at that point, so maybe Interstellar. Interstellar has been put on that list of more recent movies. Apparently, Contact has been put on that list as well. I love Contact.
Contact is with...
That's the one with, I was going to say Holly Hunter. Damn it, I did this the other day. Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's not Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, it's not Michelle Pfeiffer.
What's it called? Contact?
Contact. Jodie Fisher.
Who's that?
Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Did I say Jodie Fisher? What the hell? Jodie Foster. I've been sick, all right? Give me some slack. Anyway, we're way off on the tangent. I don't even know what movie we're talking about anymore. What? I don't think it's Aliens. No, I don't think it's Aliens. Annihilation. There you go.
Oh, that one was good too.
Did you see it?
Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen it.
No, oh my god, dude.
It's good.
What is it? You're watching Home Improvement shows?
No, you know what? That's okay. We'll re-emerge here. I don't know if that's even the word. I've come to the realization, and once we put this like on a contract, I'm gonna put that Moat 9 is 51% mine. Because technically speaking, this show should be yours. I'll gladly admit that. I'm never gonna give up my show, but if I did, it technically should be yours because you watch way more stuff than I do. You're more versed. I think I'm more of a overall movie, but like as far as cinematography and stuff, like the technical aspect.
Yeah.
But you've watched way more movies and shows that I should have seen by now.
Yeah, way too much.
Which is not a bad thing. I wish I had. It's not even that I don't have the time. I just don't do it. Dude, like this week, I could have probably banged out like 2 more movies and a full season of a show, and I just didn't.
It was because you're watching Bang Brothers.
Bang Brothers? What the fuck is that?
It's porno.
Oh. Pornhub.
Pornhub. Yeah.
Kingsman, I think we can kind of go over. We could do like the one-sided, not review necessarily, but like a one-sided discussion. Power of the Dog, I've seen most of it, and honestly, I think we could talk about it as long as you don't spoil the end.
Okay.
I think we can talk about that one I'll say real quick, but it probably won't be real quick. I'm telling you right now, dude, I'm shitting all over that fucking movie. If this fucking movie wins the best picture, I'm going to call complete bullshit. Based on what I've seen, I haven't seen the end. If the end blows my fucking mind and changes my opinion, that might be different. But honestly, at this point, they'd have to pull off a miracle because I am hating this movie.
How far are you in the movie?
I'm at the point where Phil is now befriending the kid. There's like 40 minutes left, 40 minutes left. So it's at the, I've reached the climax. I think it's pretty close. Like the kid just saw him in the lake naked
And he chased
and
after
ran him off. And then he's like, you know what? We got off on the wrong foot. So now he's like taking him under his wing kind of thing.
But he walked into that little cave thing, right?
Yes.
Where he found the stuff that was...
Yes.
Who's Buffalo Bills or who's his name?
I don't remember. I think it's Buffalo Bill.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Buffalo Bills.
Dude, but honestly, I'm on my phone Googling stuff. I'm pausing it to talk to Cinda. Like, we're hating this movie. Like, dude, I'm talking from it not very well directed. It definitely wasn't very well written. The cinematography is great because the shots are amazing.
Yeah.
But they fucking shot it in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna get, if you don't go to New Zealand unless you're planning on getting great shots.
Yeah.
And that they did. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But other
What
than
about
that,
Benedict Cumberbatch?
what we were saying is, well, what I was saying is, the first like 5-10 minutes where you're like, okay, he's gonna be an asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
He was completely misused. I think him as an asshole would be amazing to watch.
Yeah.
But he was very poorly written, and the directing is not great. We even started looking up where did it come from. Apparently, the book is like 1,000,000 times better than the movie.
Okay.
But dude, I am shitting all over. Seriously,
So
if this movie wins Best Picture, fuck. I've been saying fuck the Oscars for almost like 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
But seriously, dude, it is bad. It is bad.
So Sam Elliott did have a reason for
Dude,
shitting on this movie.
I'm totally agreeing with Sam.
Okay.
As politically as incorrect as it may be, I am totally shitting all over this movie. Dude, they're coming through. They just got off herding the cattle, God knows how fucking far.
Yeah.
And the brother's suit is immaculate. There's no dust on it. One of the guys is wearing the lanyard things that like the Michael J. Fox was wearing in Back to the Future 2. You know how they make fun of him because he's wearing a stupid shirt with the lace things.
Okay.
Or whatever. One of the cowboys is wearing that shit. It is so fucking inaccurate. Like none of them are really dirty. 1925.
So
in Montana.
1925, Montana.
Dude, they're supposed to be rugged as fuck. They're not. These guys are like. It looks like somebody put a cowboy themed Halloween party together, and that's how they showed up. The attire is
So
fucking
do you think that they
stupid.
it seems like they didn't do like their research on the costumes because the brothers is, you know what I mean, he is like proper, you know what I mean, and he is well versed or whatever, but on the other hand, you know, Cumberbatch or Phil, right?
Well, yeah,
he's the one that's supposed to be the proper
He's the one that's supposed to
but
be
ended
like
up being the cowboy.
Yale educated or whatever.
Yeah.
And I called it from the beginning. Like when I saw the way he was acting, the way he treated the kid and stuff, I'm like, okay, so he's gay and he's pissed off that he can't live his life or whatever. And then this fascination that he has with Bronco Henry. I'm like, bro, this is, and I told Cindy, this fucking movie is like somebody watched City Slickers and they're like, what if we take out the comedy and just make it a serious movie? Because they're idolizing Phil like if he's the be all and end all, like the greatest cowboy that ever lived.
Well, it is his farm, right?
Well, yeah,
him and his brother, they're the brothers' farms.
It's everything that they're trying to do is just so fucking. It's a trope. It's just stereotypical. Like I'm hating this fucking movie, dude.
Finish the movie.
Yeah, I'll say that. I haven't finished it, so unless they pull off a miracle, I might be completely wrong.
Because the ending isn't what you expect.
Okay. And that's what I told Sen. I'm like, we gotta finish. We'll probably finish it tonight.
Yeah, finish the movie. It's not gonna be what you expected, but I just don't. It just doesn't fit well.
It doesn't.
For some reason, it's not that it doesn't work. It works. It just doesn't work. I mean, to what we're on this Yellowstone high. So when you see Yellowstone and the actors and what they're trying to portray, you see that,
yes,
right? Because that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And then this comes out. I mean, you haven't watched 1883, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm watching 1883 too. So I'm still on that Yellowstone high because 1883 is just the prequel to Yellowstone. So being on that page and then going to watch this movie, cinematically, it's amazing. Exactly, right? You know what gets me is the timeline.
the way that they've edited,
because 1 minute it's like this time, and then all of a sudden they're doing something else.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's snowing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
we caught that.
I'm like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah,
how?
we caught that.
There's no references.
They lie there at the hotel or wherever they're staying in the same bed for some fucking reason, and then all of a sudden they're back at the ranch. The very next scene, and then they're doing something, and all of a sudden there's snow outside. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
It ruins the movie, because if you're trying to get a sense of this happened over time, to us it feels like this was just yesterday. So there should have been more tension built up at this point.
Exactly.
And the fucking kid, what is he, a serial killer? Like, he brought the bunny, and the mom is like,
he wants to be a doctor.
The bunny. Well, I get that, but she's like, oh, the bunny, and then she finds out that he killed it, and she's just like, just don't do it again in the house. Dude, you fell in love with the fucking rabbit, and all of a sudden it's just like whatever. Like I might be, like I said, super nitpicking because I'm hating this fucking movie.
Guess what? Next week he's gonna finish it, and then we'll do a quick review on it.
Well, that's why I'm not doing the actual rating, because, like I said, they might blow my mind with the ending. Because honestly, the Green Knight, I was kind of feeling the same way. I wasn't hating it, but I was just like, okay. And then it got towards the end, and then I saw the end. I'm like, holy fuck, yeah, that was good. That was good. I like the Green Knight. So who knows? I might change my mind. I'll be fair in that sense, but as of right now, I'm shitting all over this movie, dude. Every fucking minute, I'm like, oh, this is so stupid. Why am I watching this shit?
It is kind of slow too. It's very dark.
Another 2-hour movie. I don't think they can justify it. I don't.
Well, did you watch Kingsman?
Yes.
So it's what the first one's called.
The Kingsmen.
The Kingsmen.
Men, right.
And the second one is the Kingsman Golden Circle.
The Golden Circle.
And now this one is the Kingsman.
The Kingsman, because this is the origin of how
Brokeback Mountain started.
Brokeback Mountain? Yes. Every episode now you seem to fuck something up, dude, and I'm catching. I'm going to zoom in right there. Brokeback Mountain. Yes. No.
So this is
how prequel. This is how it all started. We'll wait until you watch it so we can give our rating. But I can tell you right now, I don't like it. I don't want to ruin it for you. You watch it. I'm just gonna say I don't like it. I don't think it fits in the world that they're trying to build with the first two.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to fit.
So I watched maybe like 20 minutes of it last night.
Of Kingsman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Granted, I was working
all day
long, and we finished
drinking all night.
All the beer that was in the ice chest. So those 20 minutes are kind of like
a blur.
What? I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what happened.
It's I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin your experience. I don't want you thinking about it.
Okay, then let me tell you this. Hold on, before you tell me anything about the Kingsman, let me tell you about the Golden Circle.
Okay.
I could not get through that damn movie.
I could kind of see that.
So when I just went on YouTube and did a recap, because I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I get you. There's some movies. It's so campy, dude. It's so like
it is.
It's I would think like what do you compare it to? Like that type of movie. It's like Mission Impossible, but not like
it's
Goldfinger.
It's James Bond and what's his name?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. It's James Bond and Austin Powers, and this one's like almost right in the middle.
Okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect way to distinguish what this movie is, and it's exactly like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like it, and the thing is, it's not technically a spoof because they're taking themselves a little seriously.
Yeah,
but if you really pay attention, the older James Bonds, they were kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Like he was doing some ridiculous shit, but they weren't making a comedy.
Yeah,
this one has enough comedy, but it's not a spoof. Like
it's not Austin Powers.
Yeah, no,
comedy.
It's right in the middle. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That they were trying to do that, and they pulled it off in the first and second one really well for what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
This one is this way. It's between it's between James Bond and this one. Like they took themselves way more seriously.
So it's a little more okay.
Yeah, it's not as campy. So you actually might like this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's definitely not as campy as the first two.
Okay.
It's still not bad. But like I said, we'll save the ratings for when he watches it. But I didn't like it as much as the first two. I really like the first two. I had fun with those.
Okay. So we'll finish that one, and presumably next week we'll go over that
What
one.
else? What else?
Euphoria, I finished it.
Yeah, I
Second season.
I'm catching
What
up.
the hell's her name? Zendaya.
Zendaya. I'm catching up on The Walking Dead, so I didn't even give it a shot.
I'll get back to you on The Walking Dead, but Zendaya, I wasn't a fan
Before.
Not even in Spider-Man. I was like, okay, she whatever,
Right.
Spider-Man, whatever.
I got you.
Now seeing her in this series is like, okay, yeah.
So maybe not a fan of hers necessarily, but as an actress.
Yes. Now it's kind of like,
I
to
got
the
you.
point where it's like, all right, okay, now I understand. You're good, and that's why you're where you're
But
at.
see, I don't think that's her popularity, though. I don't think her popularity is because I'm pretty sure that people weren't like, oh, it's just that she's a good actress. She's just not. No, I don't think it was that. It was just based on looks or whatever.
Yeah.
Now people are starting to realize, okay, she's actually good. She's not just a pretty face, which I don't even think she's that pretty, but
No,
whatever.
I like your face better on the poster of Zendaya.
Yeah, fucking our technical department's amazing. Okay, so let's see if we can go through these real quick, as we like to say. You know what's funny?
What's that?
I'm listening to that other podcast, the Half and Half.
Mm-hmm.
They say real quick.
No.
Yeah. Something like that. It's funny. It's not just us.
So, unfortunately, I was looking at to see when Moon Knight comes out, and that's not until
30th?
March 30th. So,
30th.
not this coming week, but the following
The
week, we'll have to
following,
do
yeah.
our review on it.
No, I don't want to talk about Avatar. It's gonna be good, but they're talking about it like if it's the third coming of Jesus Christ or some shit. No. The Batman MCU. Oh, the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, Defenders, Agents of Shield are now on Disney Plus. Apparently, there's parents that are all up in arms. Oh my god, whatever, Karens.
It's because Jessica. You never watched Jessica Jones, right?
No.
Like, there's, I'm not gonna say F scenes, but there's like where she gets down, dude. You know what I mean?
That's what they have rating systems for. That's why they have children's accounts. Just block them from watching it. I don't know. I'm not too hung up on that stuff and the fact that they want Disney to be super PG for everything. That's not gonna last forever. This one I don't want to say I'm excited for, but I'm actually gonna watch it. Resident Evil live action series will premiere on Netflix July 14th.
That one looks good.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm not a fan of the movies, but
no.
So we have our homework. I'm watching The Walking Dead. Hopefully, I can catch up more.
Wait, where'd you say you were on The Walking Dead?
We're like episode 4, I believe. Of. I wish you guys could see what I see. I'm gonna take a picture the next time it happens and post it in the,
It's like
in the video.
The curtain covers both of us.
That's funny. I'm gonna get my camera ready
So-
just in case. Episode 4. I didn't get it. Episode 4 of season 9.
We're
What's
at
the point where they're still trying to fix the bridge, and they just figured out, you know how some of the saviors were disappearing?
Okay.
They were trying to fix the bridge, and some of them were disappearing. They couldn't figure out why. The saviors were blaming Rick and their people, but they're like, it's not us. But we're definitely not giving you guns either to protect yourselves.
Yeah.
So they figured out who was doing all of that. And Garbage Lady is trying to convince Gabriel to leave with her. Because you know how she's in contact with the helicopter people? Which I don't know who they are. I'm so anxious to find out what... That's what I'm excited for. Because I don't know... I know... See, I'm further ahead than Cinda. So I know that he sacrifices himself for the bridge thing. And she calls in a favor and they come pick him up.
Okay.
That's where I'm...
Because that's the end of the season. That's the end of that season, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So I know nothing after that. Okay. Cinda hasn't even gotten to that point, and I'm trying not to tell her.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's gonna be tough, man. Because finish that, need to catch up on Yellowstone, so we can watch 1883.
Yeah.
But we have freaking Halo coming out the 24th.
What? Paramount?
It's already coming out on the 24th. What's the one that we just mentioned? What was the one on March 30th? It's coming out.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's coming out. Obi-Wan is coming out.
But that's not till May. It's May 25th,
Still.
dude. You got 2 months. You know how much we can watch in 2 months?
Do you know how much I'm actually gonna watch in 2 months? Nothing. I don't know where my time goes. Dude. I really don't, because I'm like Ambrose busts his ass like 14-hour days and shit, and like he watches everything, and I can't watch shit.
I take really long shits.
Is that what it is? The sad part is that's not a joke. That's where you watch a lot of stuff, probably.
Sorry to say, you know.
I was actually watching. I started the Adam Project in the hospital.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. Because they were like, "Oh, I need to go home. Okay, let's just watch a movie," and I dozed off. I'm really glad you pushed me for that, because honestly, I wasn't gonna watch it.
No,
I was like, maybe later. I was, but like much later on. But I'm glad you pushed for that one, because that was a hell of a movie.
Yeah, I think
it was so fun.
I think it was really good. Everything was good.
So I don't know. Let's do the ending, and then if we continue to talk, I can splice it in somehow or something.
All right.
So, as usual, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Be good to each other. And most importantly, be good to yourselves.
Peace.
Peace. in honor of Donnie, who's not here.
Bye-bye.
That shit was funny.
Oh, not to mention Cinema Cross Time.
Yes.
Episode 2 is out on Spotify.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to look Cinema Across Time. Go check him out.
Batman. He did his review on Batman.
And he doesn't rant like we do. It's 12 minutes of just straight up his review. So
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
yes.
So, 12 minutes.